In a quiet American countryside town lived a young man named Ethan. He worked long days at a small repair shop, fixing engines, changing tires, earning just enough to get by. But every evening, when the sky turned orange and gold, Ethan would stop, look at the horizon, and whisper to himself, "Maybe I was born for something greater. Maybe I can change my destiny." People around him laughed. They said, "Ethan, be realistic. Life is what it is. Destiny's already written." But deep down, Ethan refused to believe that. He thought, maybe destiny isn't written by chance, but by choice. One chilly evening, Ethan sat outside a small roadside diner. An old man walked in, tired eyes, silver hair, but a calm smile. He sat beside Ethan and asked softly, "Son, what is it that you're chasing?" Ethan sighed. "Success. But no matter how hard I try, destiny never seems to help me." The old man took a sip of his coffee and said something that Ethan would never forget. "Destiny doesn't walk ahead of you. It follows the choices you make." Those words hit Ethan like lightning. That night, he couldn't sleep. For the first time, he realized maybe destiny wasn't something waiting for him. Maybe it was something he had to create. Months later, Ethan saved every penny and opened a small auto shop. He worked day and night, fixing cars, serving people, building his dream from scratch. But one stormy night, tragedy struck. A fire broke out. Within minutes, his entire workshop was gone. The next morning, he sat in front of the ashes, broken, speechless. He whispered, "Maybe they were right. Maybe this is what I was meant for." For a long time, he just stared at the smoke rising in the distance. But deep inside, another voice whispered, "Destiny doesn't walk ahead of you. It follows the choices you make." And with that, Ethan stood up. Ethan started again, this time from his own garage. No fancy tools, no big space, just faith and hard work. He worked from dawn till nightfall, one car, one customer, one honest job at a time. Months passed. People began to trust him again. They saw not a man who lost everything, but a man who refused to give up. And slowly, the man who once had nothing now owned the most trusted auto shop in the town. The same people who once laughed at him now said, "Ethan, you're lucky." But luck had nothing to do with it. It was faith and choice that built his destiny. One afternoon, a young boy stood outside Ethan's big auto shop. He looked up and said, "Sir, I want to be like you someday, but people say destiny decides everything." Ethan smiled warmly and knelt beside him. "Kid," he said, "destiny is like a road. It's always there, but you decide where to drive." The boy looked at him, puzzled. Ethan continued, "Faith gives you strength, and choices give you direction. Together, they shape the destiny you deserve." The boy smiled, and in that moment, Ethan saw himself in that young dreamer. The same fire, the same questions, the same hope. Years later, Ethan stood outside his shop watching the sunset. He remembered every failure, every tear, every small victory. He finally understood. Destiny was never about luck. It was about faith, effort, and the courage to keep going. He smiled and whispered, "Destiny isn't written in the stars. It's written by our steps. So don't wait for destiny to change your life. Start walking, and let destiny follow you." Faith decides how far you'll go. Choices decide where you'll end up.